Okay, this is a second Skinnerblend. This is with 3 colours now, the three colour Skinnerblend. Basically I have the same amounts of a purple, which I've added a wee bit of white pearl to just to give it a little bit of iridescence. White pearl and a metallic silver, and I have the same amounts of each of the clays. And I'm going to just slightly overlay them. I'll trim them up in a minute to make sure they are the same length. Just slightly overlay them on the back like that. Can you see that bit there? Okay. I'm just going to trim off that edge and trim off that edge. And as we did with the first Skinnerblend, you must keep the clay in the same direction, and again on the fattest setting on your pasta maker. So if you like to come with the pasta maker. So on my number 1 setting, I'm going to be a wee bit careful when I push this through first time. Put it to the pasta maker, pull it up and bring the edge together. That's got a bit squint. And through on your fold every time. Again, up to the centre, through on the fold. If I want to even out my edge, I can stick it hard up against the edge of the pasta maker and get a better line. And I keep going with this until I get the graduated blend that I'm looking for. Now it doesn't matter if you want to come that way round, just don't go in the opposite direction. You must keep it going in the same direction. And just keep going till you've got what you're looking for, basically, till you've got a nice blend. You need to be careful not to lose the white altogether. So I'm thinking that'll probably do. So we're graduating here from the silver through to the purple. I could probably keep it going, maybe do one more step. I'll butt the purple edge up this time against the edge because it seemed to be getting wider at that edge, so I'll just even out a bit. That's better. One more. It's quite good on that side. Give it one more because it didn't look very good on the inside there. Okay, I think that'll do me. It's quite a nice graduated thing. If I bring it into the light, you can see it a bit better. And on the sheet of white paper, you can see a nice graduated blend now. That's the 3-tone Skinnerblend, and you can use any colours you like. I want to get a pair of viewings out of this, so what I'm going to do, because I've got quite a small piece of clay rather than making another blend, I'm going to now put it through on a slightly narrower setting and lengthen my clay. And we'll go again, we'll go to 3. That's fine, it's giving me a bit more, but that's going to be too thin now to make a substantial pair of earrings. When you fire that, it might just be a wee bit on the thin side. So what I've done is taken another piece of clay that I've put through here, and I'm just going to lay that on top of itself. So I've now got a thicker blend. Right, you can see now here on my tile, I'm going to leave this on the tile and fire it in the oven on my white tile. I have cut out from the 3-colour clay with a very large circle, 3 outer discs and the inner circle, which I'm leaving in place at the moment, because if I fire them in place, then I can probably get another small earring or a bead from the centre ones, and if I pull the edges up just now while the clay's wet, I'll disturb the line. So I've cut the centre circle out from each of them, and the outer circle from here. If I show you this wee piece of clay, you can see where it's come out of. I made a third one for a pendant. And then I took Stays On Royal Purple. This is a solvent ink, so it's waterproof. And from that, I have a small stamp here. You can't really see what's on that. It's I think it's Latin lettering. It doesn't make any sense to me. So take your pad to the stamp and finding exactly the same space, which is just across here on the purple, I'm going to imprint this bit of text again at an angle. Just for safety, you press a wee bit hard because you want it to indent a bit. There we go. Ready for firing. Okay, here are my earrings and my pendant. They're now fired, and I've taken the centres off. I'll just release it with a blade. So you can see I've got my 3 little discs here, which I could use for a smaller piece of jewellery. It's quite nice with the text on the thing there. And these are the matching pair for my 2 earrings and my matching pendant. Well, I've drilled some holes now, some small ones, in the clay at the top end here, where now the clay is solid and fired. This is the centre that I took out of the outer ring there, and I've put a wee jump ring through there, and this is an eye pin, so called because it's got a wee loop on the end, and you can see I've put some wee seed beads and a pearl on there, and made a wee loop in the top of the eye pin there. Now, so I'll show you just how you make your wee loop. With my beads, if you can imagine them being threaded on here, I make a right angle with my cutters, my round nose pliers. Snip a wee bit off, you don't want too much. And then with the round nose pliers, turn it back round on itself till you've got a nice, neat little loop. That's how you make your loops. And my wee jump rings will go back through here to attach to the earring fish hooks. I've got 2 silver fish hooks earrings here. So I'm now going to attach them to the earrings, and that'll be them finished. So take this small jump ring as before, and you open them by twisting rather than pulling that way. You twist them. Pull it through the earring and through the fish hook. So holding on to it, pull them back together to give you a nice neat seal. That's why you don't pull them apart from each other in this direction, because you wouldn't get them back together. So there's my little drop earrings. Right, put another wee jump ring through the first one and loop my fish hook over the top, and then these are silver, so they're quite solid. And pull them back into alignment with each other. That's fine. Okay, so now they hang quite nicely. If I hadn't put the second jump in there, they'd spin on each other, so they're hanging quite nicely. Which just leaves me with my pendant to finish. Right, I've actually cheated a bit with my chain here. This is from the opticians, you know, for hanging your glasses on around your neck, but it's actually quite a pretty wee chain. It's got quite a nice twist to it, so I'm going to use this in the pendant. And I'm going to start by just removing the rubber ends that you would put your glasses legs into. Just snip that with the thing. I'll keep that for later. And I have here a wee silver lobster clasp. Put it in my hand, you can see it properly. They call it a lobster claw because it opens up like a wee lobster claw like that, wee crab's claw. So put that onto one end. Now by that I will need to get myself another little jump ring. Get this little silver oval one, which is quite good. Again, grab hold of it. Twist it apart from myself. Put it to the end of this jump. And through the end of my wee lobster claw, can you? Don't know if the camera can see that right. Okay. And then taking hold of my jump ring again, just close them up. Nice and neat. Next bit is that you hope that the chain's going to go through this jump ring. This is the point where you cry or open it up. I think it will, just bitterly. Come on. There we go. There it comes. And there I've got my wee pendant finished.